looking at, I guess, staying on D2, Wayne Cavadi, we've showed a lot of his stuff on this particular program. He put out a watch list for the Harlon Hill Trophy. He's got 22 players. Just wanted to brush over some of the names, that being the D2 equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. And the one in the picture right there, guys, the first one on this list, do we know who that is? Do you guys, either of you know who that is? Come on.
Have a bad angle. I can't
Do
see
you?
anything.
He won it last year, is your hint.
Oh,
Come on. John Matoka.
I was thinking Mines.
Yeah, you got your quarterback from Mines. That's John
Yeah.
Matoka, the quarterback from there. He won it this past year.
He's back, right?
He is back for the Ore Diggers. And how many combined yards do you think he had last year, as in like rushing and passing?
4,800.
4,800 is a good guess. What do you think, Gal?
I'm going to go 5,000.
5,221 combined yards.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That's how you win a Harlan Hill Trophy.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, he beat out Caleb Murphy, who broke the all-time NCAA single-season sack record. Which
I would argue he probably deserved the Harlan.
a lot of
Hill,
people
but,
would argue that. There's only been one defensive player to win the Harlan Hill Trophy.
Wow.
And no one else has even come as close as Caleb Murphy did, as far as the voting goes and the finalists. But
I mean,
that's the obvious
he
pick.
held the record that Terrell Suggs had for like how many years? And
I don't even know how long.
probably 15 at least.
Because he's been retired for...
at least 3 or 4
yeah.
years. And
he played for a stint
long,
in the league.
long
yeah.
time.
Holy
and I'm
shit.
sure Terrell Suggs, when he beat it like, I'm sure it was like a long time standing record too.
Yeah. And obviously he wasn't a D2 guy, or else he probably would have won the damn Harlan Hill too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, for sure.
But his also, I think a big piece for him, his favorite target from last year, Max McLeod, is back, who had 18 touchdowns last year.
That helps.
Matoka had a ratio of 52 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. That is incredible.
That's pretty good.
He's exactly 40 touchdowns shy of tying Tyson Bagent's all-time career mark of 159 touchdowns. So it sounds like if they go on a run again, there's a chance he breaks Bagent's record, which that was a record when they said that, they're like, oh, this is not being touched forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how they always say shit like that, but that'd be something.
Unbreakable record.
Yeah.
I mean, if he has another year like he did last year.
Which is going to be tough, you know?
Well, yeah.
Colorado School of Mines quarterbacks have won 2 of the past 6 Harlan Hill Awards.
Damn.
Did not know there was another one. I want to buzz through some of these other names, though, that I think are worth mentioning. Brandon Alt, the quarterback from Bemidji State, who came out of the woodwork last year. He's battled injuries and finally got onto the field and went through a solid season. He put up insane video game-like numbers last year, and he's been a finalist the last 2 years, but in the last 2 years, he's averaged over 4,000 yards and 42 touchdowns. Then you look at probably the best running back in Division II football, being from Virginia Union. That's Jada Byers. We talked about him a little bit. Obviously, it's a quarterback mostly award. He ran for 2,000 yards on the ground, had 21 touchdowns in 2022.
Did you just say 2,000 yards on the ground?
1,920 technically, but I rounded up.
That's a lot of yards.
That is crazy.
Shit
That
ton.
is crazy.
Yes. Which is really wild. And you know what's even crazier, Trev? He's 5'7", 180 pounds.
Do you know if Virginia Union went to the playoffs last year?
I do not. Do you want to check on that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I was going to try to figure out how many
Yeah.
yards per game he averaged.
That's a great question. Gunning through more of these names on the list. TJ Davis from Nebraska Kearney. That's going to be a player that I would assume is going to step up and have a really big final year here. They are poised in that top half of the MIAA. Devin Garrison from Pittsburgh State. They're talking about him being the best tight end in all of Division II. I mean, for a tight end to be on this list is crazy. A tight end has never won the Harlan Hill in its history. This guy, though, definitely fits the bill. He's 6'6", 228 pounds.
Where is he from again?
Which one?
The
Jada Byers?
The tight end you just
Oh, this is from Pittsburgh State.
Oh, okay.
They
They did go to the playoffs, by the way.
did.
First round, they lost to Wingate.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
So they played.
Would that be 12?
They only played 11 games.
11? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, what's that math in our heads real quick? Like 1,920 divided by 11.
172 yards a game on
That is
average.
video game.
God.
That's unreal.
Bro, that's above video game.
Yeah.
That's if you're playing on like
That's my player.
rookie, dude.
That's playing rookie mode.
That's crazy. Some more names for you guys. Braden Gleason, the quarterback from Emporia State. We've got Marquise Gray from Southeastern Oklahoma State. Jack Mango from Concord. Trey Stewart, another big-time running back. This one's from Limestone, though. Same kind of area there. Jordan Terrell from Barton. And then I wanted to throw out some of these defensive names because some of these guys are pretty big-time. Deshaun McCarthy, the defensive lineman from East Stroudsburg, he's a guy that just made the Reese's Senior Bowl watch list and also has had garnered some other preseason like All-American accolades and things. One of our sponsored DNR athletes, Abe Swanson, is on this list as the watch list for the Harlon Hill. Now
that'd be hard to do as a linebacker.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
What would you even have to do to win it as a linebacker?
You might have to intercept the ball and then like make a passing touchdown afterwards or something crazy. You know what I mean?
You'd have to have like a touchdown a game.
Like a defensive touchdown a game.
A defensive touchdown a game.
and then break some other record.
And have like 15 sacks and like 15 forced fumbles. And to still even be in the top 3.
Yeah. Clay Schiffner from Winona State's on here. And then Trey Vavell from Minnesota State, who we just had on the show last week. And Wayne Cavati said that he got the nod because of his versatility, because not only does he help the secondary, he says he should be one of the premier returners in D2 football this season for the Mavericks, who are, I believe, at like they're somewhere in the top 10 right now as far as rankings go. So very curious to see how that all shakes out. Karst Hunter is also a name to watch on this list, the guy we just had in the last episode, the new quarterback for IUP. I think he's a question mark because we talked about a lot of the uncertainty that comes with the grad transfer quarterback going to a new system, but you can expect to see really big numbers. Cade Peterson also on that question mark kind of list. The biggest thing with him is he just lost their 2 best pass catchers in this offseason to Texas A&M and Vanderbilt, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Or was it Wisconsin? I forget which one was the DB.
I think the DB was Vanderbilt, actually.
Yeah. Either way, they went up, right?
Yeah.
So.
And then didn't they have someone else go to a MAC school?
They very well might have.
I think they had a receiver.
They had someone committed to a MAC school, and then I think he flipped. I think is what you're talking about. Because I thought it was like Bowling Green.
It was
Bowling Green. And then I think they flipped, though. That was one of the guys we're talking about.
And then where? He went to Wisconsin?
I think that was the one that maybe ended up at Valpo. Or not Valpo, excuse me.
Valpo.
Vanderbilt.
Little different.
A little SEC, Pioneer League.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Marginal. We're going to talk about Valpo actually in a second here because I wanted to talk about some Week 0 recap NAIA football. And